Hello again. This is our 24 hours leading into 2024. The last day of 2023 started at 5:30 a.m. After some coffee and homemade sourdough bread, we left home, driving 2.5 hours to Wineglass Bay for a touring cruise. We arrived at the cruise check-in point at about 9 a.m. Here's a pro tip for you. If you're ever going to do this cruise, pay the extra if you can afford and not traveling with kids. Upgrade to the upper deck Sky Lounge. Trust us, you'll have a much better experience. More about that later. One of the perks start right after we leave. At about 9:50 a.m., first beer of the day. Exactly how we like to start our days. Just kidding, normally we don't drink much. Unlimited drinks continued to the very end of our trip. Some of our fellow travelers never had their hands empty. Hats off to the Aussie travelers. I mean, I can't even drink that much water. We're here to take some photos, so right after morning tea, we get into the business. I loaded a row of Kodak Portra 160 into the Hasselblad. Yes, I got a Hasselblad 503CX after the New Zealand trip. More on that in another video. I usually put a lot more thought into the film shots because every film shot comes with real cost. But you'll see very shortly, I didn't think too much on this trip. As a result, most of the shots are terrible. The first two shots were not the worst. Not good, but there were worse ones to come. I like how this boat anchored in front of the island. Just documenting what I see on the trip and just showing what kind of places one could be with a boat. Next is a typical shot with a cruise, waves, and where we're heading. Again, not the best thing I've ever taken, but not the worst on this trip. When we spotted sunfish and listening to the crew saying how rare it was to see one, I lost myself. I took 2 shots of this sunfish. Yes, 2 shots on Kodak Portra 160 with the Hasselblad 503CX. And to make things even worse, I can't even see it's a sunfish in the photo. Luckily for me, the next shot is probably the favorite of our trip. In some ways, it kept me going when I'm scanning the negatives, otherwise I'll probably stop there and just call it a day. One of the guests poked his head out from the captain's cabin, another perk of being on the upper deck. I then headed into the captain's cabin myself. I didn't film any videos in there, but I got these 2 shots I'm quite happy with. When we spotted some seals lying on the rock doing their thing, again, not amazing, but better than the sunfish one, I realized I've already burned through 7 frames at this point, and we were not even close to the halfway point yet. I only took 1 shot for the seals, luckily, waited for some interesting things to happen, and one of the seals lifted up his head, so I thought that was it. Unfortunately for you and for me, the shots are going downhill from here. Now looking back, I'm not even sure what I was thinking. finally made to Wineglass Bay, where we anchored down and had some lunch. What a nice place for the last lunch of 2023. Looking at all those boats anchoring there, turquoise water, blue sky, I can't help thinking, what if we buy a boat? So on the journey back, I started looking at the boat sales, and I quickly killed that mind. It's just a little bit too much for me. The trip back after lunch was pretty quick and nothing too special. Or maybe I came to my senses after lunch. I didn't waste too much film on it. We got back at the jetty about 3 PM, made a couple of stops on the way back home, and got home at 6. Dinner, shower, and had some rest. We headed out for the New Year firework at 10:30 PM. We don't have footage of this, but I loaded some Fuji Provia 100 into the Hasselblad. That was my first time ever shooting color reversal film. 10 minutes of firework, I burned through the whole roll. The shots are just some typical firework shots, nothing special. It's more of that we did it, serves as a good memory. "12:30 AM was the time we got back. We immediately went into bed for some really needed sleep because the alarm is set at 4 AM. When morning came, we debated whether the cloud was clear enough for the sunrise shoot. It was more of finding an excuse to keep staying in bed. But eventually we pushed through. We decided, we're gonna do it. This is the year we're going to do it. So we got up, with coffee in the mug, off to the Mount Wellington we went. Realizing it was actually a beautiful clear sky, we were very happy that we pushed through. Stuck behind someone else on the road to the pinnacle. We lost about 5 minutes of our precious time, but we made it. Much time left for me to try out different compositions, I picked a spot mildly works and set up for sunrise. Again, I loaded some Fuji Provia 100 into the Hasselblad to make it more challenging. This is actually my first time using the reverse grad ND filter. Every time making it more challenging, loving it. After the sunrise, I loaded my trusty Kodak Portra 160 and hoping to get some mountain layers. And I'd say we missed at the prime time again. The best time was probably during the sunrise. But hey, we're there to do the sunrise shoot, so the sunrise was the priority. getting higher and higher, the light was getting a bit too strong for the photos we wanted, so we packed up and left. There's a waterfall not far away from the mountain peak. I've been there once for an elopement shoot. Some things there I thought might be good to finish off the row. When we're at the waterfall, Mavis spinning herself again. If you didn't see this before, watch the New Zealand video. Still got 3 frames left. I'm searching for more composition on the way out. While I was photographing the stairs, Mavis found this hut. So here are the final 2 frames. This was the 24 hours leading us into 2024. In general, we're very happy about how the photos turned out. The Wineglass Bay cruise was a great experience, definitely recommend it if you're ever visiting Tassie and have the time and budget to do it. Shame we couldn't do better photos. I think this is the situation where Leica shines, so if there's another chance, maybe I'll try some more photo on the Leica. And like I said, the firework photos are nothing special, it's just, some typical firework. We especially love these sunrise photos, partly because that was pretty much the first time I shot color reversal film, if the firework one doesn't count. But for the sunrise one, I think it was a little bit challenging to get it right within the latitude of color reversal film. Eventually there was a portion that was overexposed even with the 3-stop ND filter, so maybe I should have dropped the exposure down 1 or 2 stops more. We'll try it next time, but still I'm very happy about how the photos turn out. A big thank you for you if you made this far to the end of the video. We're trying to make some more videos this year, a big travel plan coming up mid this year, and of course new cameras to come. Although Mavis is not fully sold on that one yet, so maybe show us your love, smash that like button, give us the support for that special camera to come. We also wanted to know what you did to celebrate the new year, so leave us a comment down below telling us what you did on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Maybe sharing us some of your plans of 2024. And let's make them happen. We'll see you in the next video. Bye! Morning came with baited weather. The cloud was clear enough for the sunrise shoot. It was more of an excuse to stay in bed. We eventually decided, F it, we're gonna do it. This is the year. How hard can it be?